Talk about a latte problems. Starbucks billion-dollar blunders. Ah, Starbucks. America's coffee obsession surrounded by a moat consisting of the world's worst-designed parking lot. Did you know that if you stacked all the paper cups Starbucks uses in a year, they'd reach to the moon and back twice? That's a lot of coffee, folks, and a lot of chances to mess things up. Because let's face it, even the biggest giants trip and spill coffee on their favorite work shirts. We're talking epic fails of Trenta iced coffee proportions. Product launches that crashed and burned, CEO decisions that left everyone scratching their heads, and enough employee relations drama to make a telenovela say, "Ay papi." But here's the thing about epic fails. They're also epic learning opportunities. So grab your cake pops and top off your tumbler as we dive into the sometimes delicious, sometimes bitter, but always fascinating world of Starbucks' biggest blunders. Been there, done that. How Starbucks changed coffee forever. Before Starbucks, grabbing a coffee meant instant granules, watery diner brews, or if you were feeling fancy, a trip to a dimly lit, vaguely European-sounding cafe. Starbucks didn't just change the coffee game, they reinvented it entirely. They took a beverage that was mostly about function, waking up, staying awake, and turned it into a $6 experience. Suddenly, coffee wasn't just coffee. It was a caramel macchiato, a pumpkin spice latte, a venti-sized symbol of your sophisticated on-the-go luxury lifestyle. They created a third place between home and work, where you could linger over a newspaper, pretend to write your screenplay, or just bask in the warm glow of free Wi-Fi as you people watch. And let's not forget the lingo. Before Starbucks, grande was just Italian for big, and venti was something you did with your frustrations in therapy. Now, ordering a coffee is practically a performance art, along with the social anxiety of trying to say it all properly. Frappuccino flops, when Starbucks tried to fix what wasn't broken. Ah, the Frappuccino. Starbucks' golden goose, their cash cow, the sugary blended beverage that launched 1,000 diabetes-inducing imitators. But even a drink as popular as the Frappuccino isn't immune to the occasional epic fail. Remember the Unicorn Frappuccino? Of course you do. It broke the internet, then broke our collective will to live with its unholy combination of colours and flavours. People were more interested in taking selfies with the unicorn monstrosity than actually drinking it. And who can blame them? It looked like Lisa Frank exploded in a blender. Then there was the Chantico, a drinking chocolate so rich, so decadent, so unbelievably dense that it was like drinking brownie batter through a paper straw. These Frappuccino flops highlight a valuable lesson. Sometimes less is more. CEO cold brew, leadership decisions that left a bitter taste. Even the best CEOs can make mistakes. And when you're the head honcho of a global coffee empire, those mistakes can be costly. Take, for instance, the time Starbucks decided to close 600 stores because they were cannibalizing each other's sales. Again, Starbucks, less is more. Then there was the whole Race Together initiative, where Starbucks encouraged baristas to write "Race Together" on cups to spark conversations about race relations. The intention was noble, but the execution was awkward, to put it mildly. These missteps highlight the importance of self-awareness, especially for large corporations. Sometimes, the best way to address a problem is to simply listen and learn, instead of lecturing others on race relations with their latte. Save that for where it belongs, at Thanksgiving dinner. Barista blues, the trouble brewing behind the counter. Behind every perfectly pulled espresso shot and meticulously crafted latte is a barista, who is probably severely underpaid and over-caffeinated. Let's face it, working in customer service is tough, especially when you're dealing with people who haven't had their morning coffee yet. Over the years, Starbucks has faced criticism for its treatment of employees. From accusations of unfair scheduling practices to complaints about lack of sick leave, the barista blues are real. And when your employees are unhappy, it shows. Then there's the whole unionization effort. Starbucks, like many large corporations, has been less than thrilled about the prospect of its employees joining a union. The lesson here? Just treat your employees right. Lawsuits and lattes, Starbucks legal battles. Being a global corporation is like being a celebrity. Everyone wants a piece of you, especially if they think they can sue you for it. And Starbucks, with its billions of dollars and millions of customers, has been sued for just about everything under the sun, from trademark infringement to personal injury. Remember that time a woman sued Starbucks because her coffee was too hot? And by too hot, we mean it was served at the temperature coffee is supposed to be served at. Or how about the class action lawsuit claiming Starbucks was underfilling its lattes? Turns out, the foam doesn't count as liquid. These lawsuits, while often frivolous, highlight the importance of dotting your I's and crossing your T's, especially when you're dealing with millions of cups of hot, potentially lawsuit-inducing beverages every day. Learning from the leftovers, turning mistakes into millions. Okay, so Starbucks has made some mistakes. Big ones, expensive ones. But here's the thing about Starbucks. They learn from their mistakes. They adapt, they evolve, they turn those leftover Unicorn Frappuccinos into tomorrow's lavender haze. When the Race Together initiative backfired, they didn't just sweep it under the rug. They listened to the criticism, acknowledged their missteps, and engaged in meaningful conversations about race and diversity within their company. Well done, Starbies. Well done. The price of success. Can Starbucks stay on top? Starbucks is facing challenges. Competition in the coffee market is fiercer than ever, with competitors brazenly setting up shop next to every Starbucks they can find. Consumer tastes are changing, with a growing demand for ethically sourced, sustainably produced coffee. And let's not forget about the rise of at-home coffee machines that can whip up a latte that would make even the most seasoned barista percolate. Can Starbucks continue to be king of the hill in this ever-changing coffee bean landscape? Only time will tell, but we'll be here sipping our chai tea latte, waiting to find out. A venti-sized legacy, from coffee shop to cultural icon. Remember that mountain of paper cups we talked about at the beginning, the one reaching to the moon and back? Well, it's a testament to Starbucks' incredible impact on our world. They've gone from a single store in Seattle to a global phenomenon with over 30,000 stores in 80 countries. They've become synonymous with coffee culture, an American icon, a place where people go not just for a caffeine fix, but for a sense of community, a place to work, to relax, to escape the hustle and bustle of everyday life. Sure, they've made their share of mistakes along the way, but they've also learned from them, adapted and come out stronger on the other side. They're not just a coffee company, they're a story of ambition, innovation, and the enduring power of a good cup of coffee. So treat yourself with a delicious cup of happiness.